Hello everyone. So in this part basically we're going to show tutorial on anthropometric measurement. You know what I've noticed when I work in the field that most of this Anganwadi workers, Asha workers and a lot of us we don't measure children's height, weight, length properly, okay, and that's our bread and butter. So if you don't know how to take length of the child or say height of the child, we will not get correct data, and if you don't have correct data we can basically kind of misinterpret and we feel that child is doing okay or child is kind of too short or underweight, and we will get wrong results. So here I'm very particular about measurement of children's anthropometry. Okay. Another thing is what we used to do in our program is we had 2 people, actually even 3 people do anthropometric measurement in the group of 2, okay, specifically for length, because what I noticed that the length measurement was very difficult for healthcare workers to do it, because you have to really keep the baby steady. So do kind of think of or watch that tutorial very carefully and understand that how when baby is kind of measured, baby's length is measured in a recumbent position, you want to keep the head steady, okay, and at the same time second person will kind of press on the knee slightly to keep that joint steady, okay, because if baby is moving that knee, then you will have false length, okay. So you want to make sure that you lock that knee and then kind of press it, not too hard of course, just basically make sure that child do not move that leg. Another thing what I have also noticed in field when I work, that many times when child is when we check the length of children, a lot of these people what they do is they do not kind of check the length from the heel of the child, heel of the foot, they check it basically from the toes. So you take the length basically from the hip, so make sure that your length you take it from the heel and not from the toes, okay. So that is another important point that I wanted to show. Another thing which is also important about the checking the weight of the baby, okay. So when you checking the weight of the baby, you want to make sure that you remove too many clothes, don't put on too many clothes, remove blanket, remove extra layers. If it's too cold, then maybe baby can wear one little kind of onsi or one little small jhabla we call it, but avoid making child wear too many clothes, specifically in first 2 weeks of age, because we want to see correct weight gain, because your decision will be based on the weight gain of the child, okay. So that is what I wanted to mention, and thank you so much, and watch it properly and kind of teach others also how to measure. One more point before I leave is I wanted to also kind of stress on when you are checking the measurement, okay, say when you are checking the height of the child, so that when you are looking at the height, it should be at the eye level, okay. It should not, you should not be looking from top, or you should not be looking from the bottom, the height. So make sure that when you are checking the like how many centimeters or how many inches child is, it should be at the eye level, okay. So that's one is important. So thank you so much, and just definitely go ahead and teach others also. Thank you.
Welcome to the spoken tutorial on the measurement of children's weight and height. In this tutorial, we will learn how to measure a child's weight using the Salter scale, the digital scale. We will also learn to measure his length or height. Anthropometry is the most frequently used method to assess nutritional status. Anthropometric measurements include height, weight, circumferences, etc. Let us learn how to measure weight using a Salter scale. Salter scale is a spring-hanging scale. It can weigh up to 25 kgs. To measure weight, you will need weighing pans or bucket. In this tutorial, we will be using weighing pans. Before weighing the baby, attach the pans to the scale. Adjust the scale to 0. Then remove the pans from the scale. Undress the baby. It is best to weigh the baby without any clothes. Now, put your hands through the open areas of pan's legs. Gently grasp the baby's feet and put the baby in the pans. Now attach the pans to the scale in a way that the baby hangs freely. Make sure the baby doesn't touch anything. Do not touch the scale or the baby. Stand in front of the scale so that the pointer is at your eye level. Wait till the child stops moving. Otherwise, the needle will move when reading the weight. When the child is steady, read the weight on the scale. Read it up to the nearest 100 grams mark. Write down the weight immediately so you don't forget it. The scale must be checked every day by using a known weight. Do not forget to readjust the scale to 0 before every weighing. Next, let us learn how to measure weight using a baby digital scale. Clean the tray. Put the weighing scale on a flat, stable surface like a table or a platform. Connect the power plug. If the scale runs on batteries, put the batteries in it. Switch it on. The digital display will show some number. Adjust the digital display to 0 by manually adjusting the knob. Some weighing scales have automatic 0 display. Place a clean and dry towel or paper on the tray. This will reduce the chances of a drop in the baby's body temperature. It will also prevent the transfer of infections. Undress the baby. Place the baby on the towel in the middle of the tray. Note the reading on the digital display. Write it down. Switch the machine off after use. Remember to use a separate, clean and dry towel for each baby. Check the accuracy of the weighing scale with standard known weights every week. Do not press the weighing tray with your hand. It could damage the weighing machine. Next, let us learn how to measure weight using a family digital scale. Digital or electronic scales provide quick, easy, and precise measurements. Family digital scales can be used in two different ways to weigh children. Children who can stand up can be weighed by making them stand on the scale. Other children can be weighed in the arms of an adult. This is also called double weighing. To weigh the child, place the scale on a hard and flat surface. A wooden board can be used if you are weighing the child on the field. Explain the procedure to the child's mother or carer. take off the child's clothes if possible. Turn on the scale. Tell the child to stand on the scale. If the child can't stand, ask the mother or an assistant to stand on the scale. After the adult's weight appears, press the reset button. 0 must appear before the child is given to the adult to be weighed. The weight displayed will be the child's weight. Write down the weight immediately so you don't forget it. Handle the scale with care. Protect the scale from excess humidity or excess heat. Next, let us learn how to measure a child's length or height. Length is used for children shorter than 87 centimeters or under 2 years of age. Height is used for children taller than or equal to 87 centimeters or over 2 years of age. For length or height measurement, you will need a height board. You will need 2 people to take the measurement. You will need support from the carer when taking the measurement. You must take off the child's shoes and socks. Remove anything that covers the child's head as well. For length measurement, put the height board flat on the ground. Lay the child on the board. The child's head should be touching the fixed board end. The child's feet should be towards the movable foot piece. One person should sit on her knees straight behind the fixed board. She should place her hands over the child's ears. She should hold the head of the child firmly with her hands. In this position, the child should be looking straight up. The top of the child's head should touch the fixed board. Now, the second person should position himself properly. He should sit on his knees near the foot piece. He should straighten the child's legs. With one hand, he should hold the child's knees firmly on the board. With the other hand, he should move the foot piece. He must move it until it is pressing against the heels of the child. He should not tilt the foot piece. The child should lay completely flat on the height board. The person holding the foot piece should read the length of the child. His eyes must be straight above the measuring tape while reading. Length can be read up to 1 millimeter of accuracy. He must write down the length immediately. Now, let us learn how to measure a child's height. For height measurement, put the height board straight up. Make sure the fixed board end is flat on the ground. The movable headpiece should be at the top end. Put the back of the board against a flat wall. Remove the child's footwear. Tell the child to stand on the center of the fixed board. The child's heels must be pressed against the height board. The child's knees must be straight. The child's shoulders and head should be pressed against the board. The child's hands must be at the sides. The child should look straight ahead. The first person should sit on her knees on the side of the board. Her left hand should be on the child's knees. She must keep the child's knees together and straight. Her right hand should be on the front part of the child's lower legs. The second person should sit on his knees in front of the board. He should move the headpiece until it presses against the child's head. He must hold the headpiece straight with one hand. With the other hand, he should cup and hold the child's chin. Now, he should read the height. While reading, his eyes should be straight in front of the measuring tape. He can measure the height up to 1 millimeter of accuracy. He should write down the height immediately. Detailed interpretation of these measurements is discussed in other tutorials. Please visit our website for more information. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. Thank you for joining.